Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be building this featured logo section on the screen here. You can see that it has some of the partners they work with, kind of like a little portfolio showcase, some of the work. They have like a little title explaining, some of the brands we've worked with, as well as a logo strip. So we're going to be taking this Figma design and implementing it inside of Webflow into our existing design. So the first thing I want to actually do here with Figma is extract all of the assets. Okay, so these are the images we'll be taking, and then we're going to extract all of these logos as well. So now in our Webflow file, this is what I did in our last episodes. If you want to see me build this header or this hero section, be sure to check out my channel. And we're going to build a new section, and we're going to call this section partners, I guess. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this inside of a container. So we're going to make sure we have that container. So let's go ahead and add a container in there. I'm going to add a class of container, which has my width of the website. And then we're just going to start building this out. I guess let's start with this big white box here so we can start doing things. We'll call this a div and we'll call it partner box. We're going to go ahead and give it F5, and I'm going to add that as into our palette here. Okay, so we have the box in here. We're not going to give it a fixed height because the element inside will be giving it that fixed height. Okay, so now we have the second box within. So we're going to go inside of our partner box and add another box, and we'll call it partner images wrapper. And then inside of that, we're going to have all of these images, and it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 images. So inside of there, we're just going to go ahead and create an image, and for now just give it a class called partner image. I'm just going to copy and paste it 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to style these later. We're just trying to get things in place right now. And then inside of the partner box, we have this area here, which shows the little title and the icon. So we're going to go ahead and add another div and call this partner title wrap. And then inside of the title wrap, we have the image with the toast guys. We'll go ahead and upload that right now. Okay, there he goes, little toast and jam. And then we're going to add our friends and partners title and the little subtitle section here. So what we'll do is we'll wrap those inside of a div here. And then what we'll do is we'll give the parent here a class of flex, and now you can see they're kind of side by side here. Now we'll give this a little heading. We'll probably have to make this like a heading 4 or something. And then let's just get this title, our friends and partners, and then let's get the little text block here. I'll just call it a paragraph. And then I have a class called P extra small. We'll just use that. Then this heading here is going to have custom spacing. So we're not going to apply it to the global. So we'll just call it the partner title. And then we'll just give these, for now, we'll just start off with 0 on top and bottom. And we'll adjust that accordingly as we style this thing. So that's pretty close, but I guess what we'll do is we'll just add some spacing to the right here, and we'll give it about, start with 20. Let's actually measure this. Looks like this is about 17. I think that's fine for now. What we're going to do next is we're going to add these logos in. In order to do that, we're going to create a new div inside of the partner box and call it partner logo strip. We're going to, inside of here, we're going to add an image, and this is going to be the partner logo. We can go ahead and start uploading these logos. Okay, so the logos are in, and obviously everything needs to be spaced. And while we're still in the sloppy form, let's go ahead and add these images in as well. Okay, so we have the logos added in, and obviously this looks extremely sloppy right now. So let's start with some of the easy stuff. Let's go ahead and give this partner's image wrapper a fixed height, and I'm going to go ahead and just follow this height here, and it looks like this one here has a fixed height of 460. So we'll go ahead and do that here. We'll call it, give it a height of 460, and we're going to say overflow none. That way the elements kind of stay in there. So before we do that, I'm just trying to quickly clean this up so it doesn't look bad. I'm going to also add some padding here so we can kind of see the bottom as well. And if I measure the padding from here to here, it's about 140 and 180 top and bottom. So let's just Let's just do 150-ish for now. And then now I'm gonna add the padding of the white box here that goes around the edges. That looks like about 20 pixels on the top everywhere except the bottom. The bottom looks like it has padding of about 50-ish. So we'll do 20 everywhere and then the bottom 50. So let's get the partner box. Let's just do 20. And then this one will go up to 50. And you can see there's going to be the border radius as well of 30 pixels. So let's go ahead and set that in the file here as well. So radius 30 pixels. Okay, so that's starting to look a little better. Now let's space out this partners title wrap area with some spacing. So we'll go ahead and just give it margin top and bottom of 30 pixels for now. What do we actually have here? Okay, that looks like 60 and this is about 60. So let's actually bump this up to 60. Okay, that's an okay-ish starting point. So now that we have everything kind of in place, let's actually start putting this together. So the first thing we'll do is work on these logos here. So first of all, this partner image wrapper needs a background color because I see there's like this grayish color here. So let's copy that color code over and paste it into the background. And bam, you can see it now has a background. I'm also seeing that there is a border radius here of about 20 pixels. There we go, looking clean. So now what we need to do is space these logos out, and I think the way I'm gonna actually do this is I'm gonna group these up from top to bottom. So like this is gonna be its own group right here. Let me draw like a shape like that. That's gonna be a group. That's going to be a group of logos. So in order to do that, let's actually stack these accordingly. So so we're going to have to add some divs in here and separate them inside. Okay, so that's looking good. Now let's go to the partner image group and let's try to give it a display flex with a vertical. And you can see it's not really working how we want it, but that's because we need to give it a width. Let's just start with 200 for now. And then what we need to do is go to the parent and tell it to be display flex. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. And then what we need to do now is with this parent, tell everything to be centered like so. There we go. And then the width actually needs to be 240. So we'll do that with the this. We'll go ahead and do 240. Then what we'll do is we'll center the whole thing. Okay, next what I want to do is select the parent here, and we're going to go ahead and make these all go against the edges here, the space in between flex property. And then now I think we need to increase the sizes of these images, and the best way to do this is I don't want to limit them to a specific width, I don't think. It's because I want it to be kind of responsive. So in order to do that, we do need to remove the width and kind of make it crunch like that. And then the way we're going to control this is by offsetting it a little here and working like that. So what I'm going to do now is select the parent and try to give it some spacing like that. And then I'm going to tell the margins to be 20 as well, which is half of 40. And we should get that same look. And now what we need to do is go to the parent box wrapper, center this thing, and then I think the easiest way to do this is, now that it's working, is just scale the sucker. But before we do that, we're gonna actually give it its height, which if you remember was 460 pixels. So go ahead and say 460 and then say overflow hidden. All right, and as you can see, that's pretty darn close. And if we resize the screen, it kind of starts to fit in this box. So in order to really get it perfect or closer to perfect, I think what we're gonna do is just try to add some more spacing on the columns here. Let's try to do 50 instead. And then on the partner images, let's go to 25. And I mean, to me, this looks pretty darn good. It's not pixel perfect, but again, this has to be responsive. And in order for it to be responsive, it has to work okay. And I don't like how this is collapsing on responsive. I kind of want everything to be centered. So I'll go ahead and push the center button. And now it should, yeah, kind of keep the center ones in place. So, okay, so this was a very custom section that we tackled here. And the mobileness is going to be a little bit of a headache to deal with, but we're going to go ahead and do that later when we get to the responsive section. Now what we're going to do is work on these logos down here. So the way we're going to handle these logos is by giving a flex. Flex is like the answer to everything. It's like it makes it so easy to work with. And then, yeah, there we go. It's pretty much done. And that's a wrap, folks. This is how you build the partner logo section. If you need help with your project, I do work as a contractor, so be sure to contact me and we can talk the details. And if you liked this video and thought it was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.